Hi guys, my name is Russell and I make race and guide videos for iRacing. If it sounds like that is up your street, please do consider subscribing to the channel, maybe even hitting that little bell to get notified when I go live with a new video or live stream. We're halfway through season 4 2020, believe it or not. I'm here in my Ferrari for week 6 in my home country and we're at Oulton Park. Uh, this track recently went free. It's never really been hugely popular on the service, but there is a lot to love about this track, and it's quintessentially British. So there's a lot of fast, sweeping turns in like fourth and fifth gear. There's a lot of undulation. There's a lot of camber. The car is dancing around. Um, it's just great fun. So I really hope you enjoy racing here this week. I'm actually quite pleased with my lap time for once. Um, Hopefully it's not too far off the really top pace this week, but we shall see soon enough. If you fall in love with Oulton Park, and why wouldn't you? Um, you may well actually also quite fancy my little league. Sorry, I've been banging on about this for a while. It's starting soon though. It starts on the 7th of November. We have got TV quality broadcasting and commentary from the awesome folk at Apex Racing TV. It's going to be on my YouTube channel, broadcast live. It's going to be on their YouTube channel, broadcast live, and their Facebook page, broadcast live. We've already got, at the time of recording, more than 2/3 of the league ready to race. We just need a few more people. If you think that might be you and you've got a C-class license, your I rating is over 1k, come and check it out on the Discord. There's a link down below in the description. Come and have a look, see what you think. Ask me a question in the Discord, whatever. It's going to be fun. Anyway, that is enough prattling. I am going to do my in-car lap now at full speed. Then I am going to do a rear chase view lap so you can get a better view of the car position. And then I'll break down each corner nice and slowly and we'll go through everything. And hopefully it'll help you out here this week if you're not very familiar with the track. If it does help, please do hit that like button. Please do comment below and let me know how you've done. All right, guys, have a good one, and I will speak to you soon. Cheers. Alright guys, that was my 1 minute 32.189 around Oulton Park International. We are relying obviously on our best lap times to have a strong end to the previous track. It's a very short start finish here, so it's not like you're going to be able to get yourself up to speed. If you have a dodgy previous lap, you are not going to succeed on your next one, so just bear that in mind. Right, so we're coming onto the start finish straight here. We want to keep the car reasonably over to the left here, and we're watching the right hand turn marker. And after this, just as the track straightens and the white line straightens out, we're going to want to start our braking, and we're not braking particularly heavily here, no more than kind of 50%. And then we're starting our turn in just before we go back, just before the green and white patch on the fencing starts there. And what we want to do is apex this corner pretty late. We are aiming to apex just as the red curb ends, and we want to maintain this firm turning angle. You're going to run out of track very quickly here. If you are not super tight, if you don't late apex well here, you are going to miss the exit, and it's really hard to tell where the off track starts here. You can just go over the red and white, but you can only go over it a tiny bit. It's really hard to kind of tell. So now we are moving over to the right hand side of the track. We're going round a corner here and the track drops away. So the car's going to get quite light. So you have to really line yourself up for this. And then just as the track drops away again here, we're going to brake probably about kind of 40-45%. So not super heavily. And then we're going to just hold the brake and drag it in. And what we want to do here, because this is a fast turn, and again, we kind of want to apex quite late. Again, we are apexing actually basically where the green and white striped corner on the fencing is again. So it's a late apex again. We want to be really tight to the curb, same as turn one. If we don't apex late enough and we're not tight enough to the curb, we are going to run out of track. And again, the off track boundary for this exit is a little bit unkind and hard to read. So we're keeping the car over to the right here, and we're moving up through the gears. We're going to pretty much get to the top of fifth. You can use sixth, you don't need to. And then as we are about to hit this access road, actually it's not an access road, it's part of a different track configuration. We are just going to brush the brakes very gently, and we're looking round to the left, and we're going to turn in just before the cones. And we're looking at this patch here. Again, it's a late apex is preferred here. And there is actually, although it looks like grass right in front of you here, that is like a little bit of astroturf or something like that. So you can use that a bit, but be careful on cold tyres because it will spin you out. And we want to exit, and we're hot on the gas here. Really fast corner that. But we want to get the car straight, and we don't want to be right over to the right hand side of the track. Where we're positioned here is about fine. And then this patch of kind of white dirt on the track in front of us is a really good braking marker, but it's also the end of the tyre wall there, as you can see on the left. We want to brake super heavily. We're coming into the brakes quite hard. We're up to probably about 60-70%, 75%. And then we want to take this corner really tight in second gear. And we're still braking at this point. We're still braking, and we've just bled out. And then as the there's like a dark kind of patch on the red and white curbing right in front of us here. And and that sort of denotes the apex really quite nicely. We want to get on the gas super quickly, and we can do it really firmly. This is a bit of a roller coaster corner, in that there's really heavy camber here. You're going to grip up massively around this corner, so you can carry this almost as fast. For the sake of this corner, you can pretend you're in a GTE car. You're going to have that much more grip around here. So use it and test your limits, and I think you'll be surprised quite how far you can push it here. And we're basically 100% gas. We're exiting. We're keeping that turning angle right up to exit pretty much. Positioning the car over to the right now, and again we've got a patch of dirty track in front of us, and we are going to use that as our marker. We're braking just before it, and we've got a tricky little chicane here, and all the chicanes here basically have roadblocks on them, so you've got to be super careful. But we're kind of positioned slightly at an angle towards the left, if you notice, and we're coming down to second. And then as we go over this hump, we're just going to come out of the brake, because we're going to lose some real balance in the car if we're not really careful. And then we're back into the brake again here, and then we're dropping out as we want to start our turn in, and we want to get super close here, get the turning done. We're already on the accelerator at the apex, and we want to try and avoid this curb on the left. It's a really knackered curb, and if you catch too much of it, and I do catch some of it here, and the car sort of jumps there, as you can see, you want to try and avoid that if you can. So it's going to cost you anything up to a tenth, and then exit far right here on the red and white curbing. And then we're going to come down the hill, going up through the gears. We're going to end up in fifth. We're looking at the markers on the left. We're looking for the 100 board, and we're going to drop the anchors at the 100 board. And we're going to do heavy braking right down past the 50 board, almost towards the arrow board. But we want to turn in reasonably quickly, and we need to turn in kind of almost like we're aiming for this little tyre barrier here. We want to get close to it, and we're right out of the brake now. We've just bled all the way out of the brake at this point, and we're just coming into the accelerator for a brief kind of spurt of gas. And because we've cut so close there, we're not too far over the left-hand side of the track, so we've actually got a reasonably good entry to the left-hander. So we dab the brakes, and we're back on the accelerator as we apex. We don't want to exit all the way over to the right-hand side of the track, because we need to switch back now to the left quite quickly. And we come into the accelerator quite slowly there, because otherwise you're going to lose traction and spin out. It's very easily done. And then we're tipping the car back round, and again we've got this really handy little patch of white dirt running on the track, and actually we basically just want to follow this. We're just going to dab the brakes just to put some weight on the front of the car, just to grip it up a bit. It's not so much to slow down, just to really help us grip up. And then we're going to drop into this sort of downhill right-hander, following the line of this curb, and we're going to short shift up to third. Now I took a little bit too much of this curb, and the car, again, I jump a little bit there, as you can see. So I've lost a bit of traction. I've probably lost a few hundredths there. And it obviously upsetting the car. Because we're coming downhill now and the track's falling away, the car's going to get really light. So anything that disturbs the balance is potentially going to, cause your wheels to spin, cause you to lose traction, skid or whatever. So we need to be quite cautious here with the balance of the car. And then we're back up through the gears. We want to come up over the brow here to the on the inside, and then just let the car move out. Now you might think, hang on, you're kind of wasting meters here, but actually for the next turn we need to take a wide entry because of the way the track tapers out. So we need to get close to this curb, get the car right over to the left here, and then just at the point where there is a slightly darker discoloration on the track there, like a muddy patch, that's where we're going to brake. And we're not going to brake heavily, and we're not going to brake for long, but we've got a really interesting and quite taxing double apex right-hander here. We're going to take it in fourth, so we're going to drop down, and we're just going to nudge the car around this corner very gently. The temptation here is to really turn the wheel. If you do really turn the wheel, you are going to understeer hugely, and you're going to miss the corner by a country mile. You just need to tease the car to point it in the right direction as you are just fading out of the brakes, just so as it grips up, and then you can just tease it around a little bit more. And then we're back on the gas at the midpoint of the corner, and we're heavy up over this hill bit. Again, the car's going to get a little bit light there. So now we're looking down to one of the slowest corners on the course. The right hand arrow there is our braking marker, handily enough. We're right over to the left. We're going to come down all the way down to second, and we're going to keep the car over to the left hand side for now. And then as the fencing on the right starts to fall away and we just go past this kind of marshal hut, we are going to start our turn in, and we want again a really late apex here. The track tightens hugely. It's quite a theme here at Oulton Park where the corners tighten, so we really want to use the end of this curb as our apex, not catch too much of the dirt after it. And again, the track falls away, the camber's against us, so we've accelerated out of the apex there really quite cautiously. That's quite a slow map up on the gas. We want to just make sure we're not oversteering here. We're just very gently teasing the wheel, and we don't run out of track here. We need to get up into third quite quickly because you're going to run out of second super fast. And that's a really, again, those last couple of corners are really tough. And here we are back on the start finish line. We don't want to go too far out to the right, so we can come across the line and start another lap here at Oulton Park. What a great track. There's going to be some really fun racing here. Believe me when I say when you nail a lap here, it feels amazing. It's a real buzz, this track. I'll be excited to see how it goes down with the regulars of VRS GT Sprint this week. All right, guys, best of luck to you. Please do let me know in the comments below how you get on. If it was useful, please do give it a like and subscribe for more of this kind of thing. If you can make it to the league that I'm running, the Finding Speed GT3 League, love to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it is just for fun. You know, there's no money on the table. It's just for giggles and fun, quality broadcasting and replays. So come and have a go. I think you'll enjoy it. Cheers, guys. I will see you next time.